I've always been a bit slow on the uptake, so when my biological parents finally brought me home, and the girl who had taken my place, Lila, rushed to greet me with a syrupy smile, I didn't quite get it. "Oh, you poor thing," she cooed, her eyes wide with fake sympathy. "You must have suffered so much. Why don't you take my room? It's the biggest one." My parents gazed at Lila, their eyes filled with admiration for her generosity. I, on the other hand, started nodding frantically. "Okay, great. I love big rooms. I'll help you move." The moment the words left my mouth, the entire room went silent. Lila's expression was unreadable, a shadow passing over her face. The moment I stepped into my real family's home, Lila, the imposter daughter, was there with a welcoming smile, eager to give me a tour. "This is my bedroom," she announced, gesturing grandly. "And this is my study, and that's my music room. And over there is my brother's room." She paused, feigning disappointment. "Oh, dear. It seems the only space left is the little storage closet." She glanced over at our parents. My mother wrung her hands. "Stella, dear, the house is a little crowded right now. Maybe you could just—" Lila cut her off, her voice ringing with false magnanimity. "Stella, you've had it so hard all these years. Please, take my room. It's the least I can do." At her words, my parents beamed at her, their pride obvious. My own eyes lit up. I nodded so hard my head bobbed. "Okay, great. I'd love the big room. Here, I'll help you pack." The air went still. Everyone just stared. A flicker of something dark crossed Lila's face before she smoothed it away. I dropped my backpack and suitcase and immediately started gathering her things. Lila's eyes welled up with tears as she turned to our parents, her voice trembling. "Mom, won't you be scared? All alone in a room that big?" My mother, catching her drift, hurried over and grabbed my arm. "Stella, there are plenty of other rooms. Why don't you pick a different one?" I stopped what I was doing and turned to face them. "But you said the only thing left was the storage closet." I looked at Lila, my head tilted. "Wait, does this mean you don't want me to have the room after all?" Both of our parents' heads snapped towards Lila. A blush crept up her neck, and she frowned, but she couldn't bring herself to admit her generosity was a sham. "No, that's not what I meant," she stammered. A wide smile spread across my face, revealing 2 dimples. "Mom, she already offered. She can't take it back now. Could you please move? You're in my way." Lila stood frozen in the doorway, silent tears streaming down her cheeks. Seeing her cry, my mother's own eyes started to redden with sympathy. I didn't pay them any mind. I just rolled up my sleeves and got back to work. In no time at all, I had all her things packed up. I pointed to the tiny closet at the end of the hall. "So, are your things going in there?" Lila gritted her teeth, shot me a venomous glare, and stormed downstairs without a word. I couldn't figure out why she was so upset, but I've always been a helpful person, so I moved all of her belongings into the storage closet for her. Later that evening, my brother, Leo, came home. The second she saw him, Lila threw herself into his arms and burst into sobs. "Leo, she took my room. She took it." His brow furrowed instantly. He looked over at me, his eyes filled with murder. Seeing Leo, I stood up and politely greeted him. "Hello, brother." His face was a mask of ice. "I only have one sister, and it's Lila. Don't call me that." My eyes widened in shock. "Oh? Are you not their real son either?" Leo stared at me for a second, then his face twisted with rage. "Stella, what the hell are you talking about? Don't think for a second that just because you share their blood, you can replace Lila. Blood doesn't make you family." Lila peeked up at him, a triumphant little smile on her face. "Oh, Leo, you're the only one who really cares about me." I nodded in agreement. "Yeah, that's true. Her biological father was executed, so he can't exactly be family anymore, and her mom's in prison, but I guess she has a chance if she ever gets out." As soon as I said it, both Lila and Leo froze. Lila's face went deathly pale. A fine sheen of sweat broke out on her forehead. Her eyes rolled back in her head, and she collapsed into Leo's arms. "Lila."
Click the link in my bio to get the full story for free.